Hello dear students, blissful morning to all my dear loving students. I hope yesterday you have received biology video. I hope you have understood. Do you know one thing? Like the science, it has different fields. And in 6th standard, you will be studying science in vivid branches. That is till yesterday you were receiving biology videos. And today I am going to start the one more field of science, that is chemistry. So the science, it has very different fields. So among that, the specialization, that is in different, like up to 12th standard you will be studying physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology. So in today's class I am going to start new chapter in subject chemistry, okay? And the chapter name is Introduction to Chemistry. So here, first we should know what is science, right? So we know that we are familiar with this word science. But what is science? So it's a science or the subject which deals with the branch of science is nothing but it's an ongoing effort. It's a continuous ongoing effort carried out by man to know what is happening, okay? And also by conducting some experiments and observation. And finally, if it is very practical, then we can accept it as science. Or else in general we can say science is a study of nature, science is a detailed study of the logic things, okay, and more experiments and observations, and last final results, isn't it? So in simpler, to finalize what is science, it's a branch, science is a subject, it is an ongoing effort, okay, made by the human being to know in a meaningful purpose with all experimentation and observations, right? So in olden days, that is when we talk about the prehistoric man, okay, that is a prehistoric man. So when human beings were leading their life just like animals in forest, in caves, under the tree, okay. So from there till now, till present generation, or the present century, how far in different sectors it has been advanced. We have improved a lot in different sectors. How is it possible? How did human being come to know certain things? The person, the human being, an organism who was leading a life just like animal in the dense forest, okay, in the remote areas, but gradually what happened to think him to take advanced technologies, and till now we have robotics, isn't it? Computerized technological era, what is going on still now. So just we'll have a discussion about the prehistoric man. How did he lead life? Okay, the prehistoric man, he was living in the forest, isn't it? Forest, caves, okay, and on the trees sometimes, okay, on the trees. So what happened once, like he was like, you know, first how did the fire originate, if you talk about, okay, like when he just rubbed two stones, okay, each other, he started observing the spark. So then what is that spark? He just analyzed that as in fire. He was having the practice of having the raw meat of different animals if he's feeling hungry, isn't it? Even he was not going to eat cooked food. He was eating raw itself, and the fruits, and the leaves, the stem of different plants, the tubers, right? These were his edible items. But once when he was playing with the stone, okay, he was beating the stones on either side, and he observed the spark coming out from the stone. And then it was lit, it was coming, it's a blast, then he analyzed as a fire. Then later, while having the raw meat, okay, when he was having the raw meat, by accidentally the raw meat fell into the fire. And the prehistoric man, what did he do? He just picked up the meat and he tasted. And that gave a different taste than the raw meat. Then he just switched on to that particular cooked food. Instead of eating raw food, he started practicing eating the food which is roasted in the fire. So like that, stepwise, you know, we need to talk about our cranial capacity too. So what is this cranial capacity? That is thinking. The human being is considered as a highly ordered thinking capacity creature on this earth. That is, we can analyze, we can judge, we can decide, we can take decisions. We are the very good decision makers, and we can speak. So among all the creatures, so many of the million creatures what are found on the earth, the human being is considered as the most advanced cranial capacity thinker, so that we can know what is right, what is wrong, and we can feel, we can judge when we compare to other animals. So we are being in the topmost the hierarchy of the taxonomy. We must know what to do and what not. But I don't know how far the human beings is making use of the nature, and we are just exploiting it. According to me, we shouldn't do it, but we have to the same there is equal equality we have with the other organisms. Okay, let's come back now. We were discussing about how did they discover fire, okay, and how did they just transform from eating the raw food to the cooked food. And next, talking about the practices, he was using the branches. He was using sharp-edged branches to protect himself from the cruel animals. He was living in the forest. Of course, there are tigers, elephants. There were very cruel animals were there. And to protect himself, he was using the sharp-edged branches as his weapon. Okay, he used to just clean away all those leaves and all. That branches he used to use for the security or to protect himself from those cruel animals. And then later, he was eating the fruits, right? I told you. Fruits were available in the forest. What did he do? He was eating the fruits, and once he just threw the seed into the soil. And that the seed, when it was buried in the soil, after a few days, he observed that there was a plant coming out from the seed which he threw. So then he understood that, oh, this is the way how we can grow a new plant so that we can have more number of fruit plants. And that is how the agriculture also flourished. Okay, the agricultural practices also came into existence. And even though in the traditional form they used all the traditional methods of harvesting, sowing and all, but now the science and technology in agro-based industries, it is advanced. Many of the equipments, okay, to harvest and sow, everything, drilling, everything is more advanced. And so, that recent technology says that even we can substitute the manpower